Okay, we are live. Thank you for joining Lipstick and Lap Times, where powerful stories, fearless women, beauty, and resilience take center stage. I'm your host, Kimberly Robinson, and I am very excited to introduce our guest today. She's not just a friend of mine, she's also my pageant sister. She inspires me every day. I get to watch her talk to the community and give inspiration. So, let me introduce this incredible woman who is rooted in leadership, resilience, service, and empowering women. Loudwine Norcilus. She's an entrepreneur, a mental health advocate, a longtime radio personality, a pageant title holder, a community leader, a founder of A Day with the Queen Foundation, and she represented Haiti through the pageantry, through the Queen of the World, to mentor future leaders and advocating for marginalized, communities and helping professionals grow personally and build million-dollar businesses. Woohoo! Ludwig has made her mission and uses her voice to experience and lift others. So, what I love to do is talk about her and her story and her successes and what she's accomplished and what she's done with her success to help people rise. So, let's welcome my friend, Ludwig Norculus.
Hi.
Hello, sister. I'm so glad to have you here today. I have been watching you through your journey. And just so you know, and everybody knows, this is a safe space. We can talk about what we want to talk about here. This is for you to tell your story, no matter what it is. I want to, just because my experience, I had a week with you and I thought it was fantastic. And I loved you so much. I mean, your girls were fantastic, and I miss you guys every day. If I could go back and do this again, I totally would, just to hang out with all of you. But I, didn't, just because how busy we were and what we were doing. I didn't get to hear about your background or your platform or what you do, because it was just go, go, go. So let's start from the beginning. Who was Loudwine? Excuse me, Ludwig, before the titles. Sorry, girl. I knew I was gonna mess it. I'm totally
Okay.
Ludwig. She's like, I'm used to this. You do this all the time. Ludwig, before the titles, before the business, before the radio and the advocacy, and what experiences shaped the woman you are today?
All right. Thank you so much for allowing me to be here, Kimmy, and Lipstick and Lap Times. Forgive me, I do have an accent, so I might mess up some words here and there.
It's okay. Hey, what did I just do?
I know. But yeah, so my name is Loudwine Norcilus. I was born and raised in Haiti. I came to the United States around 2003. So I'm pretty much Americanized, as my community will tell me every time. If you've been here long enough, you
Right?
American in their mind. But somehow my parents are still Haitian and they've been here longer than me. So I don't know how that works. But I definitely went through, middle school, high school, college here, and I have a degree in emerging design. And as soon as I got into school, I realized that I love all things about being creative. I built websites for a few business owners. Like while I was in school, I realized that I didn't like the entry level pay I was going to receive after graduation. So immediately I started a business at 20 years old.
Oh, that is fantastic.
So you know what? Like, what's the point of waiting for graduation when I can get paid now? Like
Uh-huh.
I'm in my own price. And I started going to networking events at 20 years old and pitching myself as a graphic designer and as a web designer to small business owners. So I started making money from there. Did that for about 2 years. And that was my very first understanding about what being an entrepreneur is like. It was rough.
Yeah, yeah.
But thank God I kept going to school though. But um, from then, from me being experiencing like my first full-time business owner, I got into the insurance world. So I became a broker, and I've been a licensed broker since 2011. Up until now, I recently just started an agency with two of the partners. So I'm building an insurance agency,
Nice.
dealing with mostly health insurance when it comes to like Medicare with the senior market, and a little bit of Affordable Care Act, ACA, Obamacare, and a little bit more of those life insurance things. But that's one business. And then I also have a credit repair company. Um, I started that because about 10 years ago, because I understood one of my main issues why my first business I didn't continue is because I didn't know anything about raising capital. And I knew I needed to hire designers. I just know like I couldn't pay them what they were worth at the time. But
Hmm.
also I was 22 years old. I didn't know about credit. I didn't know how to apply for government funding. I didn't know how to apply for grants, none of those. So I just shut down the business. I just finished all my contracts and said, okay, if I ever restart this business again, I'll know exactly what to do. So over time, I pretty much just learn as I go. And I realize a lot of issues that some entrepreneurs will have is that they don't know that credit really important. So that's why I started that business to help business owners
Yeah.
understand credit and how to get funded and things like that. Outside of me being an entrepreneur, I was married for about 10 years. I'm currently divorced, thank God.
Oh.
Um,
Well, that means it's a good thing. Okay.
which while I was married, I was able to participate in pageants, and that's how I
Mhm.
ended up at Queen of the World recently, being a Ms. instead of a Mrs. So that's been a definite change for me for sure.
Yeah. Well, I love this story. I think it's fantastic, especially being an entrepreneur at 20 years old. That is really big. And when I think about you talking about, I think about, do you think that you were that entrepreneur at 20 because of where you're from and struggling? Did you struggle growing up? Did you do you think that like for me, I'm an example is that I really I was a single, I was raised by a single mother. She didn't have a lot of money. We lived poorly. And then I remember my first job had to been 11 years old, and I went and picked
Mhm.
berries because I wanted to not, for one, I know my mother didn't have money, but I also wanted to be able to take care of myself. And I was like, hey, I want these things. Let me go do it. So I think that kind of guided me into where I am now because I'm a business owner. And then I like to hustle. Like I like to make money. I like to, and that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing because it makes me, be able to live. But that makes me, as a businesswoman, I know how to do that. Like I couldn't imagine not being able to market myself as a businesswoman or have that just being right there in that area of knowing that I can go out there and create something and be successful. So back to the question is like, do you think that maybe what kind of made you into that?
If I can recall, it was mainly based off me not liking people telling me what to do.
Well, right. Well, that's good though. That's just
Yeah,
has to start somewhere. I totally agree with you
yeah.
because I'm
Oh
like
no,
that
like
now. Yeah, go ahead.
I remember being okay. So I had a meeting with my program director,
Hmm.
asking her like, okay, hey, I'm approaching a little bit of graduation. I'm about to go into like the internship phase of the program. What are some of what could I get paid as an entry level designer? Like
Uh-huh.
what career aspirations will I have? What's the next step from here? And I remember she told me like, oh, on average you get starting like at 15 an hour. I was like, excuse me? That was my exact last, excuse me?
Yeah.
No. So I was like, okay. She was like, yeah, I mean, like that's how you start, but over time as you grow, corporate America, you
Yeah.
really like you get up in income bracket. And I was like, I think I'm worth more than that. Like
Mhm.
my design work, I believe at the time was fantastic enough. So let me test the waters. My
Mm-hmm.
mind was, let me see how viable I am for sure if I'm going to be hired, or like how good is my portfolio. So at the time, we had this 11 by 7 to like really really thick pad folio where you have like the clear sheets where you just put, you know, all your paperwork in there. So I would bring that with me, and I found about three different companies doing networking events at the time. I just signed up, I paid my little $20 to go to networking, and I brought it up with me, and I
Mm-hmm.
said, hey, this is what I do. Do you like what you see? Like the design for the business card, the envelope. This is like, I had 5 websites at the time, fully designed, just to give like an idea of the theme they
Mm-hmm.
like. And I started getting clients. I was charging like $300 per website, which at the time I was lowballing myself. I didn't know. But either way, I was making so much where I was like, I don't think I'm gonna try to get hired. It didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
So,
Absolutely.
in reference to my upbringing, Haiti is very much mom and pop type of businesses out there. There's
Mm-hmm.
no chain. There's no big chains of businesses out there.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people are like, it's really grassroots when it comes to building their own businesses and having their own spaces. When I originally my parents came here first, and then they applied for me to come. So
Uh-huh.
while I was waiting to come, I stayed with my godparents, and my godparents were also business owners actually. My godfather owned a hardware store, and my godmother, who was a nurse by trade, she owned a pharmacy store. So I got to watch them get up and go to each location. Every now and then, like when I was on the weekend, I will go to my godmother's little pharmacy store. She wasn't fully big like a CVS, but she was enough.
Uh-huh.
You
Yeah.
know? So I was able to like to be a cashier there sometime to help her out. So I got a chance to see it happening. I that kind of helped before I came to the US, and seeing how things work here. So as soon as I got into college, I said, you know what? I think that's the route I want to go.
It makes sense. Yeah. So you already experienced that, which totally
Yeah.
makes sense. Because I remember growing up, my grandfather and my aunts and everybody were business owners too. So that is definitely inspiring. I love it, girl. Okay. Next question. How did pageantry change your life, and what did representing Haiti mean to you personally? And I know in my heart it was a lot.
Yeah. Um, I always say this.
Girl, do it. You can say whatever you want to say. It doesn't matter. This is
I believe
open.
I believe I was coerced to do pageantry.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm not. Yes, maybe we all were. Tell
No,
me.
no,
Tell
no.
me.
I say this with love. I believe I was coerced because if someone told me back in 2019 I would be doing pageantry, I would have laughed at you. Actually, I did laugh at her when she told me that to join pageant.
Was
So
this a friend
at the
of
time,
yours?
no. At the time, no. So what
Uh-huh.
happened was, um, I was a radio host. I was a radio personality here in Orlando, and I was doing it for about 4 years at the time.
Uh-huh.
And I had one of my interviewers, one of my guests that came on the show. She was running for Mrs. Haiti International at the time.
Okay.
And I interviewed her. She's a injury lawyer here locally, and beautiful woman, skinny, beautiful, gorgeous. At the time, I was overweight. So I interviewed her. Y'all had a great show. And after the show, she was like, I think you should sign up for next year. I said, girl, please. This was my exact word. I said, girl, please. I don't look nothing like a pageant girl. There's no way I'm going to apply to
Yeah.
do this. I was like, girl, you half my size. That's not gonna happen. um, and I just was just like, she's like, no, like, this pageant system is highly on women's accomplishments, and you've done quite a bit for being so young, and you being on the radio. That's really big, especially for our community, because at the time, I had prime hour. Like, I was on Saturdays at 7 p.m. here, and it was a Haitian American based show where I was playing Haitian music, but still entertainment. So it was a little bit of a big deal here in Orlando specifically. And she was like, I think you should just enter. Based off that, I think you have a great chance. I was like, okay, girl, I got you. So weirdly enough, she ended up winning. And from her winning, we started like building a friendship.
Yeah.
And then I got a chance to watch the show, and seeing how the whole thing happened. And then I signed up the next year.
See? And that was for not the Queen of the World. That was for, what
No,
was the original pageant?
that was for Mrs. Haiti International.
How many pageants have you done? Oh my gosh. I can tell she's thinking. She's thinking. That means a lot. I think. I don't know.
I
Let
want to
me
say
count.
4. I want to say 4.
Okay. If I recall, I think we talked about it a little bit after the
Yeah.
pageant, and you're like, "Oh no, I'm not done. I'm gonna keep doing it." It's like addiction. Yeah, I remember you're like, "Okay," and I'm like, "I don't know, man. I've had a good 4 years run, so yeah." But that's funny, and I like that. Your story was good because truly, like in my head, I didn't think I would ever do pageantry either, and I saw a girl that I knew, and I grew up riding motorcycles, so she rode motorcycles with me. She was in dirt bikes, all that stuff. Then I started getting pageantry, and I'm like, oh man, this is totally different. I'm just like, see, and she's glowing and growing, and I'm watching her, and I'm like, oh, this could be something fun. She seems to like it. She keeps at it, and that's how I entered the America system. But once again, I like the factor that you said, I don't think it's a size. There's no sizes. There's no anything like that. And it even goes back to like me having tattoos. Like I've always covered my tattoos, but also I'm removing some so they look tacky. But it's just kind of one of those things that I feel that it's becoming more mainstream, which I love, right? Because we're not all one size. We all
Exactly.
don't look the same. We do have tattoos. We have flaws. That's who we are. And that's another thing that I'm loving about, like, here's a good example. This year, what is it called? Sports Illustrated swimsuit on the runway in Florida. Oh, girl, I was so proud. I was so proud. I'm
Yeah.
just like, I watched it on Hulu and I was just like, yes, this is what it should be, because I know the guys are not going to buy the bathing suits, the girls
Yeah.
are, you
Exactly.
know?
It's for us.
So yeah, it's for us. So it's like, that's what you should be catering to, because we all, no matter if we're thin or whatever our body is, I don't even have the same size chest as I do as the bottom, you know? So it's like, oh, okay, well, I'm not going to wear that swimsuit,
Exactly.
So I love that you said that, and then you're here still, breaking barriers for other women as
Yeah.
well, as we should, and that's what pageantry should be all about, in general. So let's keep doing that,
Mhm.
Um, so here's another, with everything that you've accomplished, what are you still working on within yourself?
What am I working on myself currently is um having my mind catch up to the new body.
Okay,
And
explain to me. So
yeah,
you said a new body. So I mean, how much did you weigh before? I mean, like, do you feel comfortable talking about it? I want to know.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
fully comfortable. So around 2019, when that beautiful black woman tried to get me to I was I was roughly about 240.
Okay. Yeah.
240. And it took me a while to like slowly lose the weight because I didn't want to do no extreme dieting or anything like that. So I just took my time, and over time I've learned what food to no longer eat because it has
Uh-huh.
an adverse effect on my body now. Like I can't eat bread.
Right.
Sucks.
Just your face
It
is
gives
just
me
like
like really bad
so
acid
it's,
reflux. Like it's so bad, Kibby.
oh,
So I have like a whole list of things I can't eat. I'm not even gluten free. I just can't eat it.
yeah.
So l- over time, like I think they call it this body dysmorphia. However, I don't feel like I have fully body dysmorphia because I know that I lost weight because I can tell based on the clothes that I purchased. However, like I still feel like my mind sometimes don't understand that I'm skinnier now.
Hmm. No, I get it.
and and it's one of those things where like, okay, girl, it's okay.
Uh-huh.
You don't have to do too much. Just relax, just stay still. Like this is your new normal. So that's what I'm having to go through. Like, okay, this is the new life. This is what you look like now. You have to dress differently. You have to do your hair differently because your face shape is different. You no longer round. You elongating and everything. I was like, okay, so this hairstyle doesn't go with me anymore. So I gotta change. Like it's just that slow process of my brain connecting
Uh-huh.
to my body.
Hmm. I love that you said change your hairstyle with your face. I would never thought about that, even though I'm, in aesthetics, but it
Yeah,
didn't really cross my mind, of changing your hairstyle because it's true, thinking about it, what hairstyle you have can affect the way your face looks too, you know.
I
So,
agree.
well, congratulations on that, girl. I
Thank
mean,
you.
you look fantastic. So, I mean, I didn't even know or anything. I mean, like, why would I? But but you look
Okay.
fantastic. I mean, you guys are your perfect size. So, I mean, and that should be exciting. And I totally get it. It's kind of like, what is that called? Imposter syndrome in a way, you know? I've met a lot of gals. I've had guys gastric bypass and things like that have went through that as well. And it's really nice to see them. It's interesting to watch them grow because they're doing things that it's something they're doing things that they've never done before, and I
Yeah.
watch it. I'm like, I love it. It's like the things that I did in my 20s, and I'm thinking like in it and I just makes me so happy. And a lot of them are in pageantry, and that's a lot of their stories too that they talk about in their platforms.
I would also like to add that, like, for me, it's more of a I'm not saying like a full circle because in college I was also small. It just
Uh-huh.
got like trying to think like how did I get so bad? How did I
Right.
get there? And now I'm slowly coming back, but somehow it's different than college. Like I
Yeah.
just feel like I look better. Like I know I was small in college, but now I just feel like I look better now in this age. And
Yeah.
it's
How old are you?
I'm 34.
Okay, 34. Okay, yeah. So you're just growing. And of course, I think, and this is just coming from your sister over here, that's
Yeah.
45. Okay. That you're going to even be better then.
Oh my God. I'm
Mhm.
excited.
And the thing is this, so mentally, yes, absolutely. Physically, it's going to be harder though, because you're going through menopause. Like I'm premenopausal. So and I'm not going to lie, I was 190 pounds and it was really hard for me to lose weight. I would do everything. I really would even eat, right? At this point. And I worked out and I got on the GLP-1 at that time and I was like, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Like my hormones are crazy, and finally I went to a doctor too and saw and got like hormones that would help everything. But I would never as a nurse say there's anything wrong with the GPL-1 because my husband's on it because he has high blood pressure, so it helps extremely as well. So I was 190 and I went down to 145 and I absolutely feel way better about myself. But it's something I want women to know that you need to research more about it. But there's nothing that's bad about it that I would say that was, that you need to worry about. But go talk to a doctor about that. My point being is that I understand you because there's a point in, as a woman, you trying to you don't recognize yourself, you're trying to lose that weight, you're trying to do these things, and sometimes it's harder than normal. But in 40s, I think that's one of the big things that for me that I had to struggle in because I was a little thinner before, and then when I got into my 40s it was harder to lose that weight, you
Yeah.
know. But the great thing about being in your 40s is that when you find that comfortable spot, you're not just physically there, but you're mentally there. And it
Mm.
is so fantastic that I'm just like, okay, I think the same thing. Like, hey, I was pretty when I was 20, but I'm like gorgeous just inside and out now, you know. So it's like that's why I just love that you're saying this, because it's how you should feel. It's how every woman should feel. That you're just gonna get better with age. It's like a fine wine, you know.
I'm excited.
Yeah,
Very
just I mean,
excited.
by that time, I'm gonna be having to come down to Florida. You're gonna have to pick me up with your Ferrari. So we're gonna have to go hang out and stuff.
Yeah.
So, um, so let's here do another question. What legacy do you want to leave behind, not just through your career, but as a woman?
That's a great question. I wish I was prepared for that one. What legacy? Um, in general, with the foundation that I'm starting, which is the A Day with the Queen, it's a mentorship program for young women. So, as someone who didn't have, much of a role model in pageantry
Mhm.
of some sort, and Haiti is not as represented as much in a lot of different pageant system, which I learned real fast, real quick when I started doing this. And a lot of the times, like you did ask me this question earlier, like how do I feel about representing Haiti in general? So personally, I remember the very first time I saw Haiti make it to the final two in Miss Universe. Her name
Wow.
was Raquel Pellissier. And oddly enough, she lost to France, who colonized us. That's a different conversation. But I remember watching this live on television. This is when it was actually on television, not on YouTube like it is now on the apps or whatever. And I remember watching that. I think I was about 14 when it happened on TV, when it aired. And for some reason, like I just never understood like how do we get to the top 10 again? Like how do we keep getting back there? And the more research I've done the last 5 years of trying to, do pageants and win Haiti titles, I've realized like there haven't been one person that goes to these
Mhm.
international pageant systems. So I was like, okay, it's either I try to gain 5 Haiti titles or I gain one international title and I'm out of
Yeah,
pageantry.
yeah.
That's been
Right.
my goal. If there has never been a Haiti representative, I will sign up either at large or actually compete and get one. Um, and when I got my first Haiti title, which was Mrs. Haiti World, which I competed at Mrs. World for, when I came back home, I didn't realize how big that was until I started like walking around with my sash and my crown on here locally, going to
Oh.
certain events, and then like um a part of my bio is that like I serve as a board director for the Greater Haitian American Chamber of Commerce here, and January 1st is our Independence Day. So for the first week of January, the chamber has a partnership with the Orlando Magic, which is a basketball team here, where they set almost every month they celebrate a community here in Orlando.
Mhm.
And because January 1st is our Independence Day, the chamber gets recognized, our community in general, the Haitian community in general, is recognized on the court at the Orlando Magic in the first game of the year during that first week. And a part of that, I got a chance to come with my crown and my sash and all that. As soon as I walked through the door, there were so many Haitian girls who just like, they start like running into me for pictures with me. I was like, oh my God, this is bigger than I thought it was. And I never really think about being representation because I just wanted to see how pageantry work in the first place. Remember, I
Mhm.
was rehearsed, so in the spirit of trying it out, figure out if I like it at first, and I realized there's a different side of like influencing young women and seeing that they they don't see Haiti title holders that often,
Mm-hmm.
because the main company that Haiti sends their representative, a contestant to, is Miss Universe. And Miss Universe Haiti is done in Haiti, not in the US.
Mm-hmm.
So very few times they get to see the Haiti title holders here in America. And I didn't know that until I started doing it.
That
Because
totally
a lot
makes
of
sense. Yeah.
times, like whoever that wins, like Raquel that I mentioned earlier, they live back home. They don't live
Uh-huh.
here in the US. So we never run into them like that. It's just on TV. We see them at the competition, and that's it. Or down in Miami, if you know. But if you don't, you don't see them often. So when they started seeing me here locally, it became bigger than I thought it was. So I said, okay, how do I have an organization where I can also get other pageant women to mentor young girls to make sure like they understand about confidence, about body dysmorphia, about body autonomy.
Uh-huh.
Uh, keep my body's my choice.
Mm-hmm.
All of those things that matter to us as women, and we should start at a young age. And that's what I wanted to leave my legacy is to help other young women understand who they are, and to become better women as we grow. And I think a part of that, which is what I put in most of my platforms and many of the pages that I do, every other month I do a workshop here locally with young women, and that has helped me tremendously understand that I'm not here for myself. I think as women, it is our duty and responsibility to help the younger women
Mm-hmm.
um, in the best way that we can, a little bit of time that we do have that we can share and grow as a community. Because I believe like the with women, if we don't have that community, we allow the men to infiltrate.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We cannot have that, personally.
We
I
were
don't hate men, but I just feel like there's a sisterhood that happens where like we understand like, okay, I am not your competition. I am your sister. Like I should look out for you. Like
mm-hmm.
if I see your crown is slipping, I should be the one to be like, hey girl, pull me to the side and tell me like, hey, I don't agree with what you're doing. I think this should be this, da da da. But it comes with love. It comes from a space of I'm looking out for you, and hopefully you do the same for me. Because
Mm-hmm.
anytime that you don't think you represent me, but you do, because what happened is like as a whole the world sees us as a community, so and they make rules for us as a whole. So if we don't come together as a whole,
Mm-hmm.
we don't get the same treatment everywhere that we go. So in my mind, that is why I believe with a day with a queen is I like having pageant women come for one day, one full conference. And I truly believe them seeing us with that crown and sash makes a difference. I don't know why. I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't raised to see it, but I just know like because I am it, now I have a responsibility to change the output on life. So
Yeah, I really love that you said that because you're using the crown and the sash in a positive way. And I can really appreciate that because I think that's what it should be about. You're not just chasing a title, you know, and popularity or whatever. You're doing what you should be doing. And obviously, that's going to be your legacy right there. A Day with the Queen Foundation, which I'm very proud that you're doing that because to me, it just makes my heart. I could cry all day about it, but it makes my heart melt, because I just being in pageantry, sometimes you see things that you don't want to see, unfortunately. So thank you for being there. Thank you for being my sister. I appreciate you. And I feel blessed to know you. Um, I think I was gonna ask you something. Oh yes. So what is like, are you gonna go into another pageant? What do you think I'm doing?
you know
Oh my God.
So,
Oh,
okay.
this is my favorite part of you. We just giggle. I'm like, dude, okay,
I
good.
know, right?
T- Tell me what. Okay.
All right, so
Say it.
boom. Um,
Okay.
see, okay. So I would love to do another pageant. However, comma, because I've seen
Serious?
because I've seen
Uh-huh.
a lot, and you can't unsee some things once you've seen them,
Yeah.
and it's hard because I whatever I commit to, I take it very serious, and the first thing I really took serious was me becoming a business owner at 20 years old.
You're right.
I was like,
Right?
this is what I want to do. I was
Yeah.
focused. I did it until I couldn't do it anymore. Then I moved on to the next, which was being an insurance broker, which I did that for 15 years before now building an actual agency. Um, in the meantime, when I became a radio personality, it was the most random time. A friend of mine in college reached out to me because he was now becoming a fire DJ locally. And he was like, "Hey, Lou, you want to start a radio show together?" I was like, "Sure. Why not?"
Okay, pause. Pause. I can call you Lou. Can I
Yeah.
just okay. Come on. What
Okay.
the
So
what the
I've been
you
making you
just
struggle this whole time. You're right. You're right. You're right, friend. It's Lulu. That's my actual nickname.
Lulu. Lulu.
Yes.
I love it. Say Kimmy because I'm Kimberly. Lulu and Kimmy.
Yes. But
Okay.
yes, so he was like, "You want to start a radio show together?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." And I did a radio for 6 years.
Uh-huh.
While doing radio, I was also approached because I got popular doing radio to join the board of directors. And I did that up until 2024, which is another 6 years. So simultaneously, I was doing both. So every now and then, like, if I get an opportunity, like, I look at all the good and the bad, and I said, okay, it's what I want to do. So when I got my feet wet into pageantry, I took it serious, right? And a part of
Hmm.
me learning how this sport works, I feel like pageantry is a sport. It really like drilled a lot of things into you, and really like motivation, dedication, and really like figuring out like what is the best way you could look, you could sound. It builds you confidence. That stage will make or break you, in my opinion. And for me, I I sometimes wish I didn't enter that early. I wish I
Hmm.
waited till I was fit to enter. I think I would save so much money.
Do you think that it's really gonna do you think that it would make a difference?
Yes.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. Um,
And do you feel like it would make the difference because of your self-confidence or because of the judges?
I will say this. This can also be a girl chat phrase I'm going to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. This is us, right?
Uh-huh.
Um, I do fear that accepting anyone's application knowing that they have no chance is wrong.
Amen. We'll just
Don't
leave it at that.
Yeah.
We're just gonna
So
leave it at that. Okay.
so a lot of times, like when I get on stage or like around the other contestants, I'm like, why am I here? You know? And
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, almost every time I saw, like, I got so good at pageantry now that I can actually tell who are gonna be top 10 in major organizations. Like I can see the winners. I can see
Yeah.
who I'm actually gonna pick. So because of that, I was like, I think it's unfair to choose people that you know is not to have no chance. And I also feel like personally, I don't have an issue with walking on stage because I'm used to being on stage.
Right.
I'm used to doing media. I used to be in the microphone. Like I have no problem talking, public speaking. I have no problem with doing anything like that. I've been in leadership position where I don't have, shyness, right? But I also feel like there should be parameters of like, okay, hey, I know you enter, but I think you'll be better for this type of pageant or da 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 da.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and even though, you know, we want to be all inclusive, but you don't choose all inclusive.
Right.
Your
Right.
winners are not all inclusive. So I said, you know what? If I ever re-enter, I want to make sure like everything that I speak about, everything that I care about, is also honored on the choosing
Mm-hmm.
table, on the selection table. And with that, if I'm going to re-enter, I need to be like in my best shape of my life. Like I want to leave no stone unturned. I don't want you to be like, okay, you didn't win because of this. I
Right.
like no. I want to be like, okay, this is what I've done. You can see it. I have records of all the stuff that I've done for my community involvement, for my businesses. Like I can show you where I've made this amount of money. Whatever you need me to see. You leave no stone unturned for you to be like, okay, this is your turn. So before I re-enter another pageant, I I want to see changes.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And
what
you
I
want to
do.
see changes in the pageantry community or in
Yeah,
yourself? Okay.
for me,
Gotcha.
not me. I'm perfect.
Hi! That's what I wanted to hear. Why? Yes, girl.
Not me. I'm
Yes,
fabulous.
queen.
You
That's
know.
a real queen. That's a real queen right there. She's like, not me. I'm fabulous. Okay.
Yeah.
I love that. And I understand what you're saying because, like, I'm only 4 years in and it's an interesting road and I'm taking a break too. I mean, I don't know if I'll ever go back, maybe, but right now, it's like I want to focus on creating another business. I want to focus on building the business I have. I'm also a professional race car driver. I want to focus on racing, you know?
Can I say
So
this, Kimmy?
you can say whatever you want, baby.
I think it's absolutely killer, amazing, fabulous that you were a race car driver. I think
Ah,
that's so cool.
thank you.
That's
I love
so cool.
Thank you. I can't I started in motorcycles, believe it or not, and was a motocross rider and started motorcycles and then when I started to become a nurse, I kind of stopped racing for a while because it was just so, you know how it is. You're so engulfed in school and there's so much going on, you can't really have time. So when I, got out of school and graduated, my husband's a motorcycle racer and I'm like, I don't want to compete with you. I got to sleep with you, dude. Like I'm good. Like I got to be with you every day. So I was just like, let me get a car. So we just got a car and I started racing cars and now I have a new car that I'm bringing out. So thank you. I'm excited about it, because it's still a male dominated world, but I've been seeing, and which is really kind of cool, some women taking it over nowadays, in the race car world. So, and it's fun. And I'll tell you one thing why I do like doing it. I like doing it because it's the only time in my only time ever in my life like that I'm one. I'm sitting there and I'm one. I don't think about anything else. I don't do anything else. You know how us women we're all over the place, right? I'm not.
Yeah,
I am literally right there. I don't worry about anything except getting down that track and I'm like screaming and it's
laser
the best.
focus.
Yes, so that's why I like to do it. And people ever ask, I'm like, it's because the only time that I have quietness in my brain. That's pretty it. And that's kind of crazy, but thank you. I appreciate that. It makes me happy. And I don't do it just for myself. I do it for all of you as well. Because that's who I am. And I want other women to know and other little girls to know that they can be race car drivers too and they can be whatever they want. And a nurse and a doctor or whatever, a business owner. I don't care. Yeah.
Whatever
Um,
you want to do, just put your mind to it and just lock in. That's how I
but
look at it. Just
yeah,
lock.
I love it. So I'm going to do a closing question and then we're going to do a rapid fire. Are you cool with that?
Yeah.
Okay. So if there's a woman listening right now who feels stuck, overlooked, or like her, which is so good. This I love this question because you're kind of already talking about it, or like her circumstances are bigger than her dreams. What would you want her to hear today? Like, what would you want her to hear from you? Like from this whole conversation?
This too shall pass.
Yeah. Hmm.
It feels like there's no solution, but I promise there will be one.
Yeah.
I've had moments where I just feel like I don't know what I'm going to do. And
Mm-hmm.
I remember in therapy, um, this this wonderful therapist told me this one sentence, and it stuck with me, and it's I can only do what I can do.
Mm, right.
So if you if you do what you can do, just leave it up to God.
Yeah.
It is what it
Yeah.
is. You know, if you get evicted, you get evicted.
Mm-hmm.
We're just going to deal with the solution from here on out. Let the bad thing that's going to happen.
Yeah.
If you've done truly all you can and you have no other help and you have no other outlet, just stay in the present and say, you know what, this is where I'm at. We're just going to deal with how it comes and then go from there. One small step after the other. Don't overwhelm trying to say, oh my God, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do that. Like whatever the position is, relax. You've only done what you can do. Everything
Exactly.
else is going to happen for the right time. God has your story. You were supposed to be in that position. There's always a good time and a bad time. So whenever you are in a bad time, just know the good time is coming.
Yeah.
It depends on how, because the thing is like your mind can make it seem worse than it is
Mm-hmm.
because you're so focused on it. You are ruminating on the situation that it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Like you can truly live in your thoughts if you just keep thinking about what's happening at the time. So the
Mm-hmm.
moment you snap and say, you know what, I can do what I can do, it is what it is. I
Yeah.
can do what I can. It is what it is. If it happens, it happens. You know, if you, you know that movie, uh, Jesus, uh, that Las Vegas movie, like where they all go to get drunk. And,
Oh, Hangover.
yeah, Hangover. You know, like when the guy was like, "But did you die?" You know, like, you know, like, that's my take on life. Like at least I didn't die. You know, like I'm
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
here. I'm still kicking. It is where it is. That's it. Just
Oh.
just just keep moving. You know, don't think about it. Like it's everything will work out. I promise.
Mm-hmm. I agree too. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, I know for sure. Yeah. I was talking to somebody today that is a part of my race community, and I'm not going to say the gender, but felt like they're kind of like we're giving up, because they haven't got to where they wanted to go,
Yeah.
and I told them and I encouraged them, like and long story short, they ended up coming back and I saw them this weekend and I was like, I'm so glad you're back. I'm so glad that you didn't give up. And guess what happened this weekend? They ran the best time that they ever could. And I
Ooh.
was just like, see, and I mentioned, I was like, see what happens when you don't give up and you keep going and you just let things happen when it's supposed to be. God's going to. And you know what I did in the morning? I prayed with them.
Yes.
I prayed with them too. So they're the white. So I mean, I was kind of nice because I'm just thinking like I love that you said the story because I feel the same way. It's you can't sit there and dwell on it. Even just here's another example in pageantry. If you don't win, God has a plan for you. There's something there for you. It's kind of like um That's how I feel. I put like, if you know that you put all of your effort into it and you did the best you can, then you're already a winner. You already won in life, regardless of a title, regardless of a crown, or regardless whatever it is. So I think and I love that you're saying that, because that's how what I'm taking from it is
Yeah.
that you put everything into it. Yes, the Lord has a plan for you, and yes, regardless, there's something for you, and you're always going to be successful. And yes, we all struggle, but our struggles also and our failures make us more of who we are and even stronger you know so, and that's one thing I was talking about today, because I have failed a lot in life, a lot. So it's like, but then when you reap that success of being successful or whatever you accomplish, you appreciate it 110% more, you know and you can't ever take that away.
I
So
totally agree.
yeah, thank you, sister, for that. Okay, rapid fire questions. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, lipstick or no lipstick? I already know what you're gonna say.
Lipstick,
Heels or sneakers?
heels.
Pageant stage or radio microphone? What? Come on.
I've done both. Pageant stage.
Okay. Spend it or invest it? Spend it or invest it?
Spend it.
Oh, I love that. Morning person or night owl?
I'm learning I'm a night owl now.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
One word that describes you.
Fabulous.
Oh, yes. One woman who inspires you.
Just one?
I mean, just give
Mm,
me one. An example. I'm sure there's many.
Kiki Palmer.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, and finally, what is next for you, Lulu?
Okay. What is next for me? All right. So, dang, that's a loaded question.
Okay, girl. Maybe it's time to think.
um,
Maybe it's time to think about it.
yeah.
It's like,
Okay. I'm gonna go down a list of sort, I guess. First thing on my list is I'm turning 35 in literally 30 days from today.
oh, okay.
Um, I do want to see what it's like for me to be in the best shape of my life.
Being
I've
what?
been the best shape of my life.
Okay.
I
Okay.
really, I really look forward to that. Like I've been really working hard on like getting more lean, getting more tone. I really want to see how my legs gonna look once it's really fit and tone. Like I really look forward to that. Um, I know what me being skin and bones was in middle school, high school,
Yeah.
college, but now I want to see what the like the really person that's like really lift weights and really like
Yeah.
helps us. I want to see that. So that's the first thing that I really want to do. Like, second, I truly want to build my credit restoration business to $1 million in about the next 2 years. So I really want to kick it up that notch for that. And then I really want to see how far I can take um, a Day with a Queen Foundation. I do
Uh-huh.
hope to, at least have one of my goals that I did put in Queen of the World competition paperwork was that I do want to have, a once a year conference on the International Day of the Girl, which is October 11th of every year. And I would like to have 1,000 girls be in attendance.
Oh, that'd be
I don't know
amazing.
why that number, but I want to see that.
Yeah.
1,000 girls in attendance, make it a huge conference, and really like invite all of my pageant friends, especially you, Kimmy,
Oh, I'll be there.
to have an amazing day with these young
Just
girls.
just give me an excuse to come.
In Florida, it's been hot sun again. But no, like I've had like a few events where like we had a chance to crown with like small tiaras on
Mhm.
girls. Like one time I volunteered for forgive me if I'm messing up this
It's
nonprofit,
okay.
but Nathan something. It's a nonprofit for uh, differently abled young kids,
Mhm.
and it was at a park here, and we had a table with other pageant queens, and we got a chance to bring a whole but about 250 tiaras. And as the kids roll around to our booth and we crown each one of them, take pictures with them, it was such a lovely day. I think I want to recreate that on a larger scale. I think
Yeah.
it was a beautiful, wonderful time. Like I even had like their parents be happy that we crowned them to it. It was such a nice,
Aw.
and so that's something that I look forward to do. I'll give you these three that I could think of right now, but that's what I really want to do. So I would probably do that before I re-enter another pageant.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a good idea. You just focus on you. Focus on what you really want to do. You
Yeah.
know, it's not all about pageantry. It's about
Yeah.
making, changes in our community, right? And being, that's how I look at it. If you can inspire one person, you done something.
I agree.
Just one. You know, that little girl might need you. Can you tell everybody how to get a hold of you, maybe what your handle is, your website, or whatever you got going on?
Yeah, absolutely. So my wonderful name down here is exactly how it is on almost every platform. It's Loudwine Norcilus on Facebook. Uh, Same on LinkedIn. However, the small handles Queen Ludwine is on Instagram, is also on TikTok. I'm barely on there, but you can be on there too. Um, uh, what place am I on? Threads. I'm mainly on Threads. I really like Threads. I don't know if you've been on that app, but that I love Threads so much. So if you want to talk to me on Threads, I am on Threads all the time. A lot more than Facebook for some reason. Um, as far as my business is concerned, it's Spark Wealth. You can go to sparkwealth.com. This is where you can get more details about what I do, how I can help busy professionals, get restored credit so they can actually make some smart investments. So I have a community where like I teach about what properties to buy, where to get tax lien properties for all these other things that goes into like how to make better money once you have better credit. So you could definitely go that route. But other ways, if you go to my Instagram, Queen Ludwin, I do have a link tree. This is where everything is on my podcast, my YouTube, all the other things is on there.
Awesome. Well, thank you, my dear, for joining us. And thank you, audiences, whoever might be watching or is going to be watching this, for joining us at Lipstick and Lap Times. And today's episodes, if it inspired you, make sure you subscribe, like or comment, or share the podcast for somebody that needs a story that matters. If you're trying to help somebody out, tell them to come and check it out. You know, if you're interested in being a guest, collaborating, or even being a sponsor, please reach out to us as well. Today's sponsor is going to be My Med Spa Skin Aesthetics and Laser. So, but otherwise, please follow us on YouTube. We're also on Lipstick and Lap Times on Instagram. You can also go to my website, Mrs. Kimberly Robinson, and check out all of our interviews as well as partnerships. So, we thank you so much. Please like and subscribe, everybody. And if you just need to inspire another woman or anybody out there, share this podcast. We're here to talk to you. We're here for you. And thank you so much, world. And please, friends, have a fantastic week. Thank you.
Thank you.